NERDSoul. Late L Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. And what is up, my people? We are holding it down today on another episode of Thumbnails. And before we get started, I have got to get y'all up on, that's right, Rebels. We're going to go in and recap that because that's what happened over the weekend as far as animation is concerned, and it is incredible. Star Wars is life, so let's go in and get to it. This is the episode called Hera's Heroes. Now, Hera's Heroes is an episode where we get to finally see Grand Admiral Thrawn just in all his wonderful goodness. There's two big points in this episode. We get to see that Chopper actually has a little PTSD about what's gone on in his past, and it's kind of weird because never thought that a robot could go through that. But I feel sorry for him, but of course later in the episode he definitely gets over it. Now, Thrawn. This guy is so ahead of everyone. He is so he has crossed every T, dotted every I. This guy is just incredible. The fact that he knows who Hera is. The fact that Ezra, who's a Jedi, couldn't even get a jump on him. The fact that he had everybody laid out before the skirmish even started. He was like, oh, I know who this is. This is Hera. And oh, this little kid right here thinks he's a Jedi, but I've got that locked down too. And it's just incredible to see that actually happen. I can't even express how happy I was to see him operate with such a cool, calm, and collected demeanor. It was just classic Thrawn. And I'm glad to see that he is being represented almost exactly how he was in the books. Even better, to the moment where he snapped on the officer that was below him, and then he quickly was like, excuse me, back to how we were before. And it was just so cool. It's incredible to see how well this character is done. This character is taken care, this character is presented. And he really, really understands the art of war. Even at the end of the episode where they blow up the whole house and everything, and Hera just has to move on, you see Thrawn oh, they've earned their victory. Let them have that. Because in Thrawn's eyes, he's played this game, the next game, and he's setting up the game after that. The guy's just incredible, and this was a strong, solid, amazing episode of Rebels. You guys should check it out if you haven't. But next up, the first thing we're going to get to is, that is right, my people, Disney Moana clip. This morning, they dropped a nice little clip of Moana, and it's funny. It truly is funny. You get to see her kind of struggling to get through to the demigod of men and women. And he is just, The Rock's voice, of course it's The Rock kind of playing The Rock, but it's the fact that he puts so much charisma into everything he does, and it just comes through so funny. Even to the fact where he signs her oar with that poor little chicken that is all through the trailers, uses his beak to scratch his little, insignia into the oar, and he's like, when you write with a bird, it's called tweeting. It was cute. It was cool. I loved his charisma. He's very, very good at the, voicing of characters. There are a lot of actors out there that just don't know how to do voice acting well, but he has nailed it and hit it out the park. Another thing that I like about this is that you get to see how Disney has switched up their art style a little bit. And I've got to say that I am quite impressed. If you look at the art style that they brought in this, and that they're kind of tweaking how the faces look and everything, it's just incredible. And I'm so psyched to see this. I think it's going to be wonderful. I think it's going to be a knockout animated film. Another one from Disney who's been hitting home runs all year. But next up, we've got, that's right, the next trailer that dropped called Boss Baby. It's not a bad trailer. My issue with this trailer of Boss Baby is that Boss Baby is kind of your garden variety animated film about little kids and like their parents and having a new child. You have Alec Baldwin being Alec Baldwin, and it works to a certain degree. It kind of almost reminds me of that Jonah Hill animated series with the little pretentious kid or whatever, but it just, I don't know, it didn't hit it for me. I think this is definitely going to make money, and it'll be good for what it is, but I don't think it'll have the staying power. Like a year or two from now, I don't think you guys are going to care about Boss Baby whatsoever. It just didn't strike a chord, and I think it's some of the weaker fare that's come out this year as far as animated series and animated films are concerned. But here's to that being at least good enough for kids to pay attention to. Next up, we got a big shout out to Miss Hokusai doing so well on its first weekend, opening up on I believe only 2 or 4 screens and really making that box office. It's good to see that Japanese anime is doing well in theaters. It's good to see that, these stories that aren't always hero-based are doing very well. And if you didn't know, Miss Hokusai is based on a young girl, and it chronicles her life being the third daughter of an amazing historical painter who I'll leave nameless, even though Hokusai should give it up. But she actually has done a lot of his paintings, but pretty much never got the credit for it. And it just chronicles the trouble they got into, what the paintings meant, how many people it touched and stuff like that. And it looks like it's really dope. It is done so well. And I love traditional animation. So it's just good to see that not only doing well, but also getting a lot of awards. So you guys need to go out, check it out, whether it's streaming, whether it's in the theater. You should definitely give it a shot because that trailer looks extremely dope. So next up, we're gonna go in and holler at this new web series called Trumpocalypse. Some animators got together and thought it would be funny to kind of give us a look on what it would be like to see a world where Donald Trump is president. Boy, oh boy, I don't even know what to say. It's absurdist humor, and if you like absurdist humor, this should probably be right up your alley. But it almost is kind of sad because some of the bits kind of seem to be hitting the mark a little too well for my taste. But guys, check it out. It's available for your consumption, and if it won't make you cry, maybe it'll make you laugh. So lastly, we're gonna go on and cover, that's right, your girl, my girl, the Holla Back Girl. That's right, Gwen Stefani is bringing an animated series of her own to Nickelodeon. It's going to be called Kuu Kuu Harujuku. And it's based on some characters that she thought up while she was writing Harajuku Girls. And the reason that she said that she would like to do this or got to get into it is because she has 3 boys. And she's been watching nothing but animated series for the last 10 years, which I'm pretty sure makes sense. But she said she would like to see an animated series about girls just being girls. And I think it's pretty cool. Something like My Little Pony or something like that. And these girls in Kuu Kuu Harujuku are a group or a pop group named HJ5, and basically it just shows how they navigate friendship, navigate problems, and work together to kind of just make things better for themselves and people around them. So it's really cool to hear about that because it's always good to get a feel-good animated series that you can kind of just enjoy with your younger nieces, nephews, cousins, kids, whatever. So I'm glad. I feel good about that. I'm glad that's the last story. I feel really, really good about that. I feel great. So my time is up, and I have to say, guys, go out to ThatNERDSoul.com. You can check me out all over that site. All of my videos, every single time you go there, there will be something new because I put up daily content. Next, you can check out shop.thatnerdsoul.com. Pick yourself up a t-shirt player and my playettes. Then you can come back here, like, comment, and subscribe because I need that support. The only way that I can bring content to you is for you to hold a brother down with a thumbs up and maybe a couple of comments and share me with your friends. You're wrong if you're being stingy with that nerd soul. You're wrong. So before I get out of here, I got to say LA what up, VA what up, RVA you got my heart, and of course, be good to yourself. Peace.